Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cheryl. If you're new, welcome to the C Squad. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. So a few weeks ago, I posted my unboxing my MacBook Pro video, which I will link down below in case you haven't seen it. In that video, I explained to you guys that this is my first ever MacBook. So obviously I was Googling and watching YouTube videos about it way before I got it. I found out that you could do all these little things to customize your MacBook. So I went a little bit ham, and today I'm going to show you guys how I organized my MacBook, how I made it very aesthetic. I kind of went for this like beige neutral theme, kind of like my shirt that I'm wearing today. I also created a short where you guys can see what it looked like before and what it looks like now, so definitely check that out. Also, if you guys want me to do a full like MacBook Pro review after having it for the last 3 months, let me know. I'd be down to share my thoughts and what it's like switching from Windows to Mac OS. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in. Before we get into it, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, and without further ado, let's get into it. 90% of my MacBook customization involved me getting graphics and wallpapers for my MacBook. I created all of that using Canva Pro. You guys know that I love Canva Pro. It is literally a game changer. I used to use the free version all the time in uni for my project assignments, and I also used it in my grad job. Nowadays, I mostly use it to create my YouTube graphics and obviously for fun stuff like this. This video is not sponsored by Canva. Canva, if you're watching, holla at you, girl. But it is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of a kickback. But I do pay for my subscription myself, and I honestly like wouldn't recommend it to you guys if it wasn't as amazing as I'm saying it is. My home screen, initially, I'll try and put up what the background looks like when you first buy your MacBook, but it was just a little bit too dark, and I just kind of wanted it to be light and airy, and obviously I wanted to go for like a brown aesthetic to match my phone. If you guys want me to do a what's on my iPhone, let me know. I'd be happy to do one. I also wanted it to be organized, so I literally went into Canva, typed in desktop wallpaper, and just looked through the templates. I picked one that was kind of a scrapbook mood board theme with sticky notes, pinned Polaroid photos, and little scraps of paper. I've watched other videos where they pick templates with like a calendar, and the really cool thing is on Canva they're constantly updating the templates. So if you have like the April calendar and then you want to change it to May, you just get a new template. I have a feeling I'm gonna mess around with a lot of different vibes. So I just took their template and I made like minor changes to it just to make it more customized to my life. I changed the categories to YouTube, applications, miscellaneous, and notes. I also swapped out their Polaroid pictures with my own, and I incorporated some things from my 2022 vision board. There's a card to represent my driving lessons. There's the YouTube 100K plaque with my name on it. We've got a kitchen for this apartment I'm manifesting, and we have like a wellness picture, meditation, all of that jazz. I also changed their quote to content baby content, which is the same thing as my home screen on my phone. I watched this podcast called Pretty Basic with Alicia Marie and Remy Cruz. There's a whole story behind why they say content baby content, but it's kind of like a meme and a joke. And then like a tiny change that you guys probably wouldn't have noticed, but I swapped out the plant that they put as a shadow in the background. I swapped that plant out with a palm tree because I'm manifesting my Los Angeles lifestyle. It's loading. I absolutely love how it turned out. I'll actually link my version in the description box below. That way we can be twinsies, or you can just customize it and change it however you'd like to. The default folder icons are like this blue folder. It's not really that cute. So once again, I went into Canva. I made a Polaroid vibe, you know, tying into the whole scrapbook mood board thing. That is what I use for the icons of my folders and files. I have my YouTube analytics. Then I have my BVF business plan, which is YouTube Black Voices. I actually vlogged a week in my life as a YouTuber, and I went through the business plan document with you guys. So definitely subscribe so that when that video drops, you're notified. And then obviously I have brand collabs, which just include includes notes, any media that I need. Then under miscellaneous, we have my screenshots and recordings. And then I also have a folder for taxes. Then we have my applications. This is where I keep the apps that I use the most. I customized the logos for the individual apps. Once again, I went to Canva and I typed in the different apps and I was able to get their logos. This is where having Canva Pro is great because they have a lot of graphics that you can access if you're on the free version. So for example, my Notion app, that is a graphic that you can't access with the free version, and I changed up the colors just to be a deep brown. And with the pro version, I was also able to download it as a transparent background, so that's why there's like no background, because usually it would be like a square, so you would see like the white with the green or whatever color background. I also renamed the applications. So I have Microsoft Excel, which you guys know obviously that I use to do my budget. My monthly budget with me's will be linked down below. Then obviously I have Microsoft Word, I have Zoom, I have Chrome. I just prefer to use Chrome over Safari, and I think a lot of people would agree. Yeah, then I have my calendar, I have my music app. I'm always listening to music on my laptop. You can really hear the music way better than on my phone. Then I have my favorite app of all time, Notion, which I use to organize my life. Basically, it holds all my notes. It is so organized. I revamped the whole thing. If you guys want me to give you a Notion tour, like a tour of my Notion pages and how I organize stuff for YouTube videos, let me know and I will make that happen. You guys know one of my 2022 goals is to work with Notion because I genuinely use it every single day. And then I've got FCPX, which is Final Cut Pro. That is my editing software. Then something really cool that I watched in a YouTube video was how to use stickies. So the stickies app comes with your MacBook. It's basically exactly what it sounds like. It's like a digital or a virtual sticky note, so you can just create a new note, type stuff in it, save it. So when I made a section for notes, I just added a sticky note on top of that, and I changed the color. I got some custom fonts from a website called DaFont. They have really cool fonts and a lot of them are free. You guys will see that I actually removed a lot of apps from my menu bar. Typically when your laptop comes, you have like your launch pad, you have like a whole string of apps, and I don't know, I just found it to be a little bit too cluttered and overwhelming. So I actually moved a lot of the applications out of my menu bar, and I also have it so that my menu bar hides and shows automatically whenever I actually need it. So that's just a personal preference. Here's another cool thing. I learned all of this from watching like 50 YouTube videos, but here's another thing I learned: hot corners. So basically a hot corner is when you move your cursor to one of the corners of your computer screen and it performs an action. So I have two hot corners that I use. So the first one is for my launch pad. I removed the launch pad, which basically holds all of your applications. So in order to access my launch pad, I move my mouse to the top right corner of my computer screen, and that brings up the launch pad. My launch pad really just has the apps that I don't use. A lot of them are apps that just came with the MacBook, so I don't even touch any of this stuff. My camera battery died. I tried my hardest not to move my tripod, but if the lighting changed a little bit or the angle's a little bit off, that is why. My apologies. All of these on the first page are just default apps that come with the MacBook, and then I also have a few apps that I downloaded myself. So I got the whole Microsoft suite. There are a bunch of other Microsoft things that I don't use, like OneNote. I have not even opened that. There's OneDrive, there's Microsoft Outlook, and oh yeah, and there's PowerPoint. I don't use PowerPoint, so that's why they're not on the homepage, and I just kind of leave them in the launch pad. I also have M Installer that is just basically like plugins for Final Cut Pro. I won't get into that in this video, but if you do want a how I edit my YouTube videos video, then yeah. Then I also downloaded VLC because I had some video files that weren't playing in QuickTime because of the format. I have Grammarly, which I use for professional business emails just to make sure that like it is coherent English. My second hot corner is my desktop screensaver. If you guys watched my 2022 vision board video, then you'll know my original plan was to use my vision board as my desktop wallpaper. However, However, I just felt like it was too busy. I wouldn't have been able to keep everything as organized and clear. It would have just been too much. Too much text, too many images. It would have been way too much. So what I actually did is I made my vision board my screensaver. All I do is move my cursor to the bottom left corner of the screen, and that starts my screensaver. And you can also add a clock onto your screensaver. I just thought it was like a cool thing to incorporate my vision board into. So yeah, that's everything on my MacBook. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you guys want me to give you a full review, let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join the C Squad, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!